We have this image of genius, a solitary figure, toiling away in isolation. Einstein in his study, Van Gogh in his studio, Steve Jobs in his garage. We tell ourselves that true innovation comes from individual brilliance, that creativity is a solo act. But what if everything we believe about genius is wrong? What if the greatest breakthroughs in the human history were not a product of lone visionaries, but of hidden collaborators, invisible networks?
This is the story we don't tell. The story of how creativity really works. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. The myth of lone genius isn't just wrong. It's holding you back.
Let's start with Thomas Edison.
In 1880, Edison came upon a really practical incandescent bulb using a carbon filament, and also an electrical generating system to distribute the electricity to these light bulbs, which fundamentally changed the way that we live. Our society suddenly became a 24-hour society.
But that was not possible before Edison. Thomas Edison made music and pictures more accessible.
Most of Thomas Edison's research was not to understand why something behaved the way it did, but try to understand how to make it better. Edison said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And I think we could all learn from that.
The Wizard of Menlo Park, the man who gave us the light bulb, accepted it, not alone. Edison employed a team of 60 researchers at Menlo Park. Mechanists, chemists, engineers, glass blowers. They called themselves muckers. When Edison invented the light bulb, there were 22 other members working on the same problem in his lab. The breakthrough came from a team member who suggested using a carbonized bamboo in the filament. Edison's genius was not in solitary invention. It was in orchestrating collective creativity.
The Beatles. 4 laps from the Liverpool who changed the music forever. But here's what's really fascinating. John Lennon and Paul McCartney credited all their songs to Lennon-McCartney, even when only one of them wrote it. Why? Because they understood something crucial.
There was never that much battling, because if someone said, I like this better, it was generally a better idea.
Their creative partnership was not just about working together. It was about internalizing each other's perspective, creating a shared creative consciousness. And when they broke up, their solo work never reached the same height. The genius was not in John or Paul. It was in the space between them.
Jumping through. From there, the director will say, well, that's good, but what if he does this? Or there will be other story artists in the room too, and they'll kind of chime in and say, yeah, and what if we do that? And everybody's really supportive, but they're also, inspired, and they want to, see the scene be better. A film will take about maybe 50 to 60,000 drawings because we do it 8 or 9 times.
Pixar calls it the Braintrust. A group of writers and directors tears apart each other's films. No hierarchy, no politics, just brutal honesty.
Listen to it. I mean, we just watch a film and go, oh, those characters, they just did this and they went to there. No, we're thinking about the camera's got to be low because you want to have this kind of heroic moment, and then you've got to have a wide shot so you can see everything going on, and then you go to a flat shot because the characters are doing comedy, so you want to be able to see what they're doing. So every angle and every moment and how the lighting works and how what things are in the background, everything.
Toy Story was originally about a ventriloquist dummy. Finding Nemo started as a story of a father who was overprotective to the point of being unlikable. These films didn't become masterpieces through individual vision. They became masterpieces through collective iteration. Every Pixar film you love went through hundreds of versions shaped by dozens of minds until the story finally worked.
And here's what's really interesting. Even when we think we are working alone, we are not. That YouTube tutorial you watched, that's collaboration. That Reddit thread where you asked for a feedback, collaboration. The artist whose style influenced yours, collaboration across time. We are all building on what came before. We are all the part of a conversation that started long before us and will continue long after.
Oh well, there's actual computer code there as well.
There's code as well, yeah. So these are all different types of scripters. So bouncing ball delay, that's a delay that gets faster. Duck, 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 that. Damp velocity above pitch, so that's a way of making high notes damp down. Various kinds of round.
Brian Eno coined a term Scenius, the communal form of genius. Think about it. The Renaissance didn't happen because of Leonardo alone. It happened because Florence had hundreds of artists, all competing, collaborating, stealing from each other. The hip-hop didn't emerge from one brilliant mind. It emerged from block parties in the Bronx, where DJs, MCs, and dancers fed off each other's energy. Silicon Valley's innovation didn't come from isolated geniuses in garage. It comes from dense network of engineers, investors, entrepreneurs, all sharing ideas over coffee.
And my wife asked me, I can remember one night, we were lying in bed after the book had been sold, and she said, do you think there will be any more money than the $2,500 advance? No, I mean, it was a fair question, and $2,500 was a lot. The most I'd ever made from a short story sale was...
Even the most solitary art form, writing, is deeply collaborative. Every great writer has editors, beta readers, writing groups. Stephen King's wife, Rebecca, literally pulled the first page of Carrie out of the trash and told him to keep writing. Maxwell Bergens shaped some of best works like Hemingway, Fitzgerald, Thomas Wolfe so significantly that some argues he deserves co-author credit. The myth of lone writers in their cabin is just that, a myth. Every great book has a network, invisible collaborators.
Holy mackerel. This is the beginning of a whole new way of studying the universe.
It's monumental. It's like Galileo using the telescope for the first time.
Every time we have pointed a new instrument into the sky, nature has revealed secrets to us that we haven't known before. And so I feel very confident that this is just the beginning of such an era for gravitational wave observations as well.
In 2015, scientists detected gravitational waves, ripples in space-time that Einstein predicted a century earlier. The paper announcing this discovery had 1,004 authors. 1,004! This is modern creativity, not a lone genius having a eureka moment, but thousands of minds working on different continents, building on decades of knowledge.
But here's the problem. We still cling to the lone genius myth, and it's making us miserable. We think we can do everything ourselves. We think asking for help is cheating. We think collaboration is compromised. So we sit alone, struggling, while the answer might be in the person sitting next to us.
So this is a physical manifestation of what's going on in your mind.
The band Radiohead has a saying, the best ideas wins. It doesn't matter who it comes from. The drummer might have the best ideas for the guitar part. The guitarist might solve the problem with the drums. When ego steps aside, creativity thrives.
Tell me that wasn't amazing! Hey Blue, how are you doing? How do you like your new physics engine? You like it, huh? Yeah, I bet. I know. Tactile feedback, rigid body, soft body, simulation, super real time. Can you imagine just now what you were looking at is complete real-time simulation?
And here's what's really exciting. We are living in a golden age of collaboration. You can find collaborators anywhere in the world. You can build on projects. You can remix. You can respond and rip on other people's work. The tools for collaboration have never been more accessible. But we are still stuck in the mindset of lone genius. Research shows that the most creative breakthroughs came from a different fields. When a biologist meets a musician, when an engineer meets a poet, it's called cognitive diversity. A different perspective collision to create something that never could imagine alone. That's why the most innovative companies deliberately create collision spaces, cafeterias, open areas, places where unexpected conversations happen.
Andy Warhol not only uses film, but also videotape. At this party, he just lets his camera observe. The center of attention is his superstar, Edie Sedgwick.
How does it feel to act in a Warhol movie?
Oh, it's so true to life. And it's not even acting. I mean, it's just so candid, and like the camera isn't even there, like Andy said before.
The most wonderful thing about living.
The most wonderful thing about living is to be dead.
Andy Warhol, he understood this. his studio, the factory, it was not just a workplace, it was a space. Actors, musicians, writers, artists, all creating together, all mixing. The art came from collective energy, not ran on alone. He was not a lone genius. He was a conductor of collaborative chaos. So, here's the truth about creativity that changes everything. You don't have to do it alone. In fact, you should not. Your weaknesses is someone else's strength. Your blind spots are someone else's clear vision. The ideas you're stuck on, someone else might solve it in seconds. The myth of lone genius isn't just false, it's limiting. It tells us we have to be everything: actor, writer, director, designer, marketer, visionary, everything. It sets an impossible standard. And when you embrace collaboration, it changes everything. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to be a Scenius. So the next time you're stuck on a creative process, don't go deeper into isolation. Reach out, ask for help, show your work, find your scene. Because creativity isn't a solo performance, it's a conversation. And the best conversations are the ones when we don't know where they'll lead.